another episode of Unaccompanied Adult with Joe Diaz. Wagwan, everybody. Hold on. Yes, another episode of Unaccompanied Adult with Joe Diaz. I am your host, but sometimes the most, more than often the least. Joe Diaz, what's going on? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope all of you out there are in good spirits and high spirits. I know I am. You know why? Do you know why? It's because spring is right there. I can feel the warm weather just trying to break through. Just really legit trying to break through. And I'm like, come on, you can fucking do it. You can do it. But alas, it's gonna get cold again tomorrow. But I think next week here in in Jersey, at least in New York, is gonna be at least like 60 something degrees. We had a preview of that yesterday and today, and this is your your weather on the twos. But yes, for those of you keeping track, today I started. Yesterday I started my new job. So far so good. I am, adjusting to the new role, and I'm adjusting to the new people. And you know how it is. Like, it's just, the first day you're at a new company is like the first day you're at a new school. Everybody's like, hey, this isn't how we do things, and hey, you gotta watch out for that person and all that. So it's just like it's brand new territory, same old game, and I just hope I do well. Yeah. Yo, dude, I am still trying to adjust from that hour that was stolen from us. We had an hour stolen from us, people. And I guess that little bit of time, that 1 hour meant a lot to my body, because boy, when I got home yesterday, I went to sleep and I didn't wake up till like midnight, some shit like that. I couldn't get back to sleep till like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was just, come on, man. Like, daylight savings time, whatever. Add the S if you want. The S is for savings. I guess, like, my body really needed that daylight savings time. I don't understand why it is what it is. I guess because of the farmers back in the fucking 1800s or whatever. But I don't think that any of that applies anymore. I think we're the only country, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't care. If you do, good for you, that still acknowledges daylight savings time, because fucking trade and, fucking imports and exports and business, I guess. It's just how we get our fucking eggs from Turkey now. Our fucking avocados and our fruit from south of the border and all that shit. So yeah, man, it's rough. I am having a go. But here I am, nevertheless, with you, pure party people, my beautiful people. Just to kick things off correctly, the other day I forgot where I was. I was either on TikTok or Instagram, probably TikTok. Because, like, fucking my Instagram algorithm is crazy. It's just like, it's either somebody getting shot horrifically, or like midgets fighting, or like dogs getting put to sleep. So it's a lot of stuff going on. So, like, my Instagram algorithm's completely corrupted. Now, my TikTok algorithm, on the other hand, not so much. It's like, ever since like the whole hard reset back in January, it's been pretty cool. A little bit more on the political side. I'm heavy on Trump, like pro-Trump. That surprised me, that I'm on the pro-Trump side of TikTok, I guess because fucking Elon owns it now. But yeah, so I'm on TikTok, and there was a video of a young lady. Let me see if I could pull it up, and let me see, and I'll just play the audio.
From what his opinion is on something, but I'm curious to know what other people. While I was at the store, while I was at Publix last week, a customer came in, he checked out, and he told the cashier to asked me if I was married. He didn't ask himself. He told the cashier to ask on his behalf. So I guess he knows the cashier from outside of work, and he felt like she was the person to ask me if I was married. In any case, I said I wasn't married, but yes, I was taken. Apparently, his response to that was, "Well, she's not married." So I asked my boyfriend what he thought about that. Since he kept going, he told me that if the girl, so like if I were to continue the conversation or like engage in conversation or whatever, that it would make it seem like I was interested. I didn't totally agree with that because I feel like depending on what we were talking about, it could be deemed as like me seeming like I'm interested. Like if we were talking about relationship stuff, then I think, yeah, I would agree with that. But we were talking about something totally different, actually work related, and he went about his way, I went about. But here's where it kind of gets a little hairy, I guess, where maybe what he said was right. The person came in today, a week later, this time speaking to me directly. I actually didn't remember what he looked like, so I didn't put two and two together.
Yeah, right.
He came up to me, he asked me if I could walk him out. He said, I'm a customer, I'm asking for customer service, and I was like, I don't even work here. I want somebody. But I'm not married to the person. So
Here we go.
it kind of went whoosh. So, like, is that appropriate? Like, do you guys do that? Like, do you still try to pursue a female that says she's taken simply because she's not married? Because I have to say, I was like,
all right. She starts rambling. So yeah. So essentially, this young lady, it's a fucking summarize everything that she was saying. Essentially, there was a guy who, was feeling her at her job. Was like, hey, are you single? She goes, well, I'm not married, but I'm taken. Now, that verbiage, that whole back and forth that she was having was under the guise that she ain't married, she's single. So, my question, ladies and gentlemen, or to the ladies, the guys, we all know. How should I put this? Does not married mean you're single? Now, technically, in the eyes of the law, in the eyes of taxation purposes, you are essentially single. You file your taxes as a single person. Technically, I have a girl. Technically, she has a man. But we both file our taxes as single people. But we're not married, Joe. So you're not taken. She ain't yours until you put a ring on it. Whatever fucking Beyonce said. Now, that's my whole thing. This young lady's, I forgot her goddamn name. Her question is this a thing that guys do? Is this the thing that guys do? You pursue women that are taken? No. Well, yes, we are. Yeah, we do. What the fuck? It is what it is. Like, but if you, here's what I say: guys don't actively pursue married women because that's violating. Now, I have bedded many a married woman in my lifetime, but I've never pursued them. They've pursued me because for whatever marital issues they were having. Now, in this case, she's saying, well, a guy is pursuing me because I'm taken. No, she presented the argument, or she presented the side of she is a single woman because she is not married. She goes, well, I'm not married, but I'm taken. Look, we all know, like, if your boyfriend and girlfriend, or I'll get to it. If your boyfriend and girlfriend, it's more like a reserved parking spot, right? It's more like a reserved parking spot. Like, well, you're here, but for how long? Now, obviously it changes when you become married, you become betrothed, and you live together, you share a life together and all that. So now you go, oh, all right. She's off the market. She's off the market. Now she goes, well, this guy is violating. Now her man is go, yo, That's wild business, because you are talking to the young man, knowing that I'm your man, knowing that you're going out with me, and you're presenting yourself as a single woman. Now, you're not putting yourself out there as a single woman. You're presenting. You have announced that, no, I am not married. Not married, eyes of the law, that means single. But I am taken. You're a parking spot, young lady. Now, she went from my boyfriend, and then the second encounter. The second encounter, when she's talking about, he asked me to walk out to the fucking parking lot with him. So I'm like, okay. So she goes, I'm talking to someone. Now, how the fuck do you go from, I have a boyfriend, I am taken, to I'm talking to someone? Now, we've all been, like, I haven't been in a dating game for at least 2 years. For 2 years. I'm fucking joking. So, but if I'm talking to someone, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm exclusive. You know, I'm just finding parking spots wherever I can. You know what I mean? So her question is it violating? My question is, does not married mean you're single? And I open that up. You know, I hope, matter of fact, I might put a questionnaire or a poll attached to this episode on Spotify or even on Instagram. But yeah. So if, I don't know. Me, I'm different. Like, I know if you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. Do people cheat? Yes, absolutely. I doubt this young lady's going to come on fucking TikTok and just put her whole business on blast saying that, well, you know, this guy pursued me, if she was cheating. So at least she's coming forward with her fucking naivete of the whole situation, thinking that, no, you know, it's harmless. It's all harmless. It's nothing. I'm like, okay. But for guys, I ask you, is it appropriate to pursue someone in a relationship if they aren't single? Now, single, I'm talking about the societal definition of it. Now, again, I have been guilty of pursuing, I should say. I gotta enunciate more. Pursuing females in relationships, not necessarily married, but in relationships. Like, whatever. Fuck him. You know, he's a parking spot. He's temporary. Bitch, you renting. You need to buy a house. But yeah, is it wrong? I think so. Because now you're causing a division in the household that didn't exist before you got there. But I could be wrong, because, you know, it was the whole Alicia Keys Swiss Beats situation where he was married, he had kids, and she made like Mr. Tambourine Man or some shit like that with Eve, or whatever the fuck song she made with Eve. She got introduced to Swiss. He leaves Mashonda. Now she's Miss Alicia Keys Beats. So she pursued someone who was married, and he pursued someone outside of his marriage. So yes, obviously, in this scenario, it was wrong, but you see a happily ever after, you know, that presented itself afterwards. Like, during, it was nasty business. You know, fucking, this girl is on fire and all that shit. Like, you know, she still took a woman's man like right from under her and shit. So yeah, so is it wrong to pursue someone? I believe so. Some people go, well, you know, and you know what? Just take me, for example. I said I never actively pursued married women. They pursued me. Now, did I ever present an option? Yes, absolutely. I present an option. I have presented the option. Now it's up to her to take the option. I go, hey, you know, I'm funny, and all that shit. You know, I'm a goofball. I'm funny. I'm charming. What the fuck? What can I do? What can I do? I'm just a humble nigga with a big dick. Know what I mean? So yes, I have presented the option. It's up to the female or the married woman to take said option. or not. So I have been in the wrong in that, yes, I forced a person to commit adultery. Not forced. I didn't force. I persuaded a person to commit adultery. Now, it's not cheating for me because I am not married. They are. So sorry about that. But am I wrong? Can I admit that I was wrong by presenting the option? Absolutely. Is it wrong to pursue somebody who's taken? Yes, unless you're really fucking sure. Many rom-coms are built on this. I don't know if you're like Wedding Crashers is like this. Fucking, what do you call it? Not 50 First Dates. She kept forgetting. Along Came Polly. Just go with it. Like, there's a bunch of rom-coms that are predicated on the fact that this guy just comes in, sees a woman with a guy that's a complete douchebag. Old school, it just came to me. Old school is just like that. He's the easy going guy, and he's fun, and he's sweet, and he's charming, and he knows how to talk to girls, and he's sweet to kids. And then he sees a girl, and oh, who's that girl? Oh, she goes out with Stuart or some shit like that. And then Stuart's like some douchebag. And then this guy, the protagonist, has to take this girl away from fucking Stuart because he's a douchebag, but she just doesn't see it, and she needs to know what a good guy is and all that shit. So yes, fucking it happens often. Is it right? Is it right? I don't think so. Like, it's foul. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's foul to pursue someone who's off the market, technically off the fucking market in societal standards. If I'm parked here, bro, this is my parking spot until I vacate it. Until then, I'm eating my sandwich, and I don't care how long you wait for me to pull out. That's pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and at what point do you consider yourself off the market? At what point do you consider yourself off the market? Now, again, if you're in a talking phase, and like, yo, I'm just talking to this person, we're just casually dating, like we meet up for dinner, we text all the time, or we talk to each other, or we FaceTime and all this shit. Nothing, no real strong feelings. There's a feeling in the air. There's a feeling in the air. I don't know what disco song that is, but I'll find out. There's a feeling in the air of, okay, this could be something. This could be something, but I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if I want to, put all my eggs in one basket with this one person. So you date around. That's the talking phase for me. For me, that's the talking phase. Like, you know what? I'm talking to this person. I'm getting to know them. I'm texting them pretty much consistently. Like, I'm not, like, they'll get a good morning text, and then they're like, yo, did you eat lunch? And that's, some bullshit afternoon text and shit when I get out of work. But like, it's not a consistent schedule of me me texting them, whatever. I'm using myself as an example. Now, it doesn't become serious until you vocalize, yo, I'm exclusive. We're exclusive now. And you both have to agree on this set agreement, because you don't want to look like the asshole, like you're exclusive and they're fucking around. Believe me, I've been on both sides of this equation. Like, it's hard to break out of that unless you like really set in stone, like sit down and go, look, these are the terms and conditions of this agreement. I'm exclusive, you're exclusive, until it turns into something. And that's usually that's where I consider you off the market. Me, I'm off the market once we become exclusive. Now, a lot of people go, well, I'm not off the market until I'm married. I go, okay. So what does that mean for boyfriend-girlfriend status? So if that's your prerequisite of being off the market, then you're never off the market. Now, here's where I become an asshole. Now, if you go to Zillow or you go to Trulia or Trulia, however you want to pronounce it, houses that are on the market for too long depreciate in value. What's that, Joe? Can you repeat that once more? Got it. A house that has been on the market and not under contract. Under contract, you see exclusivity. Anyway, that's been on the market for too long depreciates in value, meaning there must be something wrong with it. It might be too old for people to buy. This is all connected. This is all freestyle too. Bad foundation, a lot of damage, and so forth and so forth. So now the price of said house on the market starts going down because now the seller just wants to get it off the market. Now, ladies, if your prerequisite of being taken or being off the market is being married and you're 45 or you're in your 50s and you haven't been married yet and you're looking for a first home buyer, and let's be honest, a first home buyer isn't trying to buy a 1952 Colonial. I watch too much HGTV. That's my laundry folding channel. Anyway, so yeah, you're looking for a first time home buyer and you've been on the market for so long. Now, what you can do as a home owner who has a property that's been on the market for too long and no really takers to take it off your hands, what do you do? What do you do, Joe? I'll answer you, ladies and gentlemen. You turn it into a rental. You turn it into a fucking rental property. Now you can rent it out. Yeah, it's still technically on the market because little by little you're like, you're putting feelers out to see what the market is like. But now but you're still getting revenue. You're still producing income from this rental property at a price where you're taking care of your rent. I don't know how this turned into a real estate show, but all right, cool. We're here now. So yeah, you're still generating revenue for yourself. So it's still in your better interest to keep this property, turn it into a rental, and you're still getting what you want, money. Now, when you're dating or you're in a committed relationship that's not marriage, you're still taken. You're still receiving all the benefits. You might live together. You share bills, you share expenses, you share the good times, the bad times, and all that. You even might have kids together. You still might even have kids together. So you have your family. You're not married though. Not yet. I know a guy who just last year proposed to his girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend, after 22 years of being together. They have a full-grown daughter together. They met in 2000. The 2002, some shit like that. They've known each other for a fucking minute. They've been with each other for a fucking minute. And then all of a sudden, last year, he goes, "Will you marry me?" Like, nigga, you've been married for the past 17 years. Get the fuck out of here. Show is not brought to you by Liquid Death. Anyway, so I'm like, what's the point now? So yes, so technically, she will now be, in the eyes of the law, she will now be off the market. Now, you can still get all the benefits and you can still get all the love and all the sometimes, yeah, you're in some states, I think in Jersey, New York, after 7, you're a civil union, bro. You are now in a civil union where now your fucking expenses or that your debt, your expenses, you're married in the eyes of the law, bro. So anyway, yeah. So when do you consider yourself off the market? When do you consider yourself off the market, ladies and gentlemen? And that's my question that I will present to you. When is it? Like, when is it time to go, you know what? It's time to sell this dud. Also, speaking of expenses, I was watching a video. I think this time it was on IG because my IG is a lot more toxic than my TikTok. Now, the question, and I forgot the video. I'm not even going to try to look for it. But the question presented is like, is it okay to go on expenses, or do women look down on men because they split costs down the middle? Now, this has been an ongoing conversation for the past couple of years, where a lot of women, not the ones that I know in particular, but a lot of women like now are looking for the quote unquote traditional marriage, the traditional relationship where I'm a stay at home mom or I'm a stay at home wife, and my husband better not ask me for any motherfucking money to help with the bills or the groceries or the gas or the car insurance or anything like that. And I go, okay, interesting. It's a very interesting concept. It's a very interesting concept. And they call it the traditional marriage. I'm a traditional woman and I need a traditional man to take care of me traditionally and all that shit. And I go, now, what if I can't? What if I afford to have you stay at home doing nothing? Absolutely nothing. You want me to take care of you fully. Okay, now let's flip it. Now, let's say that a woman is the primary breadwinner. Let's say that he becomes, her man becomes a stay-at-home dad or just a house husband. He cooks, he cleans, he does the laundry. Now, by her and by most, let's be honest, by most people in society, he will be looked at like a bitch ass motherfucker because he's not producing anything. He's not doing anything. He's merely existing while somebody takes care of him. You know who else gets taken care of? Babies. And every woman, and you know what? Including some women that I've gone out with in the past, they've all said, Joe, I don't want a kid to take care of. I don't want a third kid. I don't want a fourth kid or eighth kid. I dated with bitches with 7 kids. I don't want an eighth kid to take care of. Man up and all that shit. This is all in the past. And you go, yeah, well, that's absolutely. So that means that I have to, or the man of the relationship has to maintain or provide something more than the just dick and good conversation. He has to, bring home the bacon or the turkey bacon if you're heart healthy. He has to help with the chores. He has to help with the dishes. He has to help with the kids. He has to help with this. He has to help with that. Cool. He's a bitch ass motherfucker in your eyes. Now keep that same energy. Now, let's go back the other way. I feel a woman who stays at home, who does nothing with most of her time, is a burden and not a blessing. That is another expense in the house. That's a fucking Ferrari that you can't fucking drive because it's producing no value to your house. It's just depreciating in your fucking driveway. A lot of people I've seen like a divorce court or child support court, whatever the fuck they play on TV these days. And this one lady was like, I don't work. And the judge was like, you don't work? No. But you want him to pay this X amount for child support? She goes, yes. She goes, well, now that doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem fair that he's paying all this money and you're not even out there fucking trying to earn a living for yourself. She goes, well, I want to be maintained. She goes, so does everybody in this fucking world. But, that's not how society works. You have to go to work. You have to provide some value monetarily to your situation. Now, I don't. Now, if I had it, would I want my girl or my wife or whatever to stay at home? Yeah. But like, a matter of fact, me and my girl had this conversation maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And like, well, would you want to stay at home? Would you be a stay at home? And she was like, yeah. And then I was like, I was looking at her and I go, you're restless. You'll be bored as fuck. Yeah, you'll be bored as shit. Like, I would want, and she goes, would you let me be a stay at home? Like, if you had all the money in the world, will you let me be a stay at home wife? I was like, yes, but you will have to do something with your time. You will have to do something with your time. You're gonna have to fucking start a charity or something. I need you to be preoccupied with something because you're gonna drive yourself fucking nuts. Like back in the 50s, these bitches were doing quaaludes and fucking drinking all the goddamn time. That's why a lot of people born in the 50s are shaky. But yeah, like I don't understand this whole stigma of going 50-50 with a man, especially if it's all community pot. It's community chest. I've been in relationships where my entire check goes into the community chest. Their check goes into the community chest, and then we divvy everything up. We pay all of our expenses, and then whatever's left is house money we get to play with. It's profit. But you can't put all that burden onto one fucking person, whether it's a he or she or they, them, whatever. You can't put all that burden onto one person because it'll make that person resent you. And that's the way it is. Like they will fucking resent you because you are offering nothing but fucking company. Bitch, I can get a cat for that. I can get a plant. And they don't fucking give me attitude. Get a dog. The fucking dog is happy to see you. Get a pet. If you want something that just fucking that sucks money out of your bank account, but it gives you affection sometimes, and then fucking just drains everything out of you financially, get a pet. Don't have a stay-at-home husband or wife or whatever the fuck. Get something. Don't have a whole human being producing nothing in your fucking living room. That's nuts. That's bananas. Yeah. So yeah, I like me, I think a fair relationship, a stable relationship is one that is where everything is shared, whether it's financial responsibilities and household duties, everything is split down the fucking middle or as evenly as humanly possible. Because there's certain duties that men have to do that women shouldn't do, and then vice versa. And that's just me. That I guess I'm a traditionalist that way. Now, I was thinking of this, should men pay 50-50 or is he a bitch ass nigga, whatever. I was like, all right. Now, the question I ask, and again, this might be a poll or just fucking yell at me in my comments. Are men who fully take care of bills and expenses, fully, I'm talking about 100%. She doesn't come out of pocket for nothing. Maybe she works. She might work. But all her money goes to her. All my money goes to the house and her. Now, am I a person who's fully responsible for everything financially? Am I expected to be faithful? And you know what's funny? Again, this comes from a video. A guy asked a girl, he was like one of those man on the street shits. And he was like, yo, if your man took care of you 100% financially, and he cheated, would you divorce him or give him a second chance? And this heavenly angel, this blessing in fucking Daisy Dukes, she goes, if he cheated and he's taking care of me fully, I'll give him a second chance because we all make mistakes and he has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And I'm like, look, who gave birth to the Mother Teresa incarnate? My thing is like, cheating is bad. Cheating is bad. I'll give you that. Cheating is bad. But if I'm taking care of everything, I'm allowed. Not flagrant. Like, I'm not going to go out and fuck all the bitches in the world. I'm going to fuck one bitch over and over again because she doesn't take away from me. She just gives, whatever. Anyway, but if I need decompression, I need sanctuary from my fucking daily responsibilities. I am fully talking shit right now. But yeah, people have cheated for less. I'm saying people have cheated just because this bitch forgot his birthday or some shit like that. I'm just saying that if a man or if anybody, fuck it, let's turn it on a woman. Again, the man who stays at home, who offers nothing financially, is a bitch ass motherfucker. Remember that. Remember that. Now, your respect for him as a man, not as a partner, as a man, diminishes because you're the breadwinner. You're the money source. You are allowed, ladies, look at you. You are allowed to go get some side dick. Nobody's gonna look down on you. Matter of fact, they'll write Colleen Hoover books about you, bitch. They'll hail you and fucking sing you all the Mary J. Blige songs. All of them. All the Keisha Cole songs are dedicated to you. Because you need to go out there and get what you deserve, which is side dick. Now, let's flip it back the other way. Guys deserve side pussy if he's constantly taking care of business. Taking care of business every day. Anyway, sorry. I believe some grace is afforded to him. Just a bit afforded to him. Now, you can be upset with him and you can have a conversation with him. He cheated. Got it. You're going to divorce him after one? After one? After one? That's wild. You're going to divorce him after one slip up. I think a conversation could be had to go, don't you ever do that again, young man. And then, stern talking to, and then, fucking, you know what? I didn't know I can do that. So we'll move on. So, I don't know. These are just thoughts that just rattled on in the old brain the other day while I was just on social medias, on the interwebs, the internets. But yes, just, food for thought in today's relationship climate. And this new age of, I don't need no man, I can do all bad all by myself and all that. Anyway, I'm tired of shit, man. I'm telling you, that hour that got taken away, it hurt. It hurt. I am groggy as shit. If you can't tell, I'm slurring my speech. I sound like fucking Sylvester Stallone over here. You knocked him down. Why you trying knocking me down now? Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyways, that's it, man. A little food for thought for those of you out there. Guys, remember, if you have a girlfriend, she's out there saying that she's single because she ain't married. Just food for thought. And with that, this has been another episode of Unaccompanied Adult with Joe Diaz. Peace.